Live from wherever you are right now, it's the news!
Good evening. Breaking news from Preston, Minnesota. Mr. Anderson, 4th grade teacher, taught a lesson in grammar. Many kids may get sick to their stomach when they hear the word grammar, or may suddenly want to get a drink of water. But not the case this day. Mr. Anderson posted the learning objective, which was this: students will be able to recognize and define a declarative sentence and an interrogative sentence. He then looked at his students in the eyes and noticed they were not impressed. Many confused the words declarative and interrogative. Let's hear it from Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, well, I just decided we should just start practicing the words declarative and interrogative by saying them in unison. Then I was going to have students use whiteboards and kind of do some practice with whiteboards, identifying the different kinds of sentences. But things seemed to be kind of starting to drag, and I wanted to refocus the class and try to engage them a little bit more. I knew I had to do something. And I knew that students knew what basically what a declarative sentence is: just a statement, the subject predicate. And I knew that the students knew what a question was, which is basically an interrogative. So then I came up with 2 ideas on the spot.
What was your first idea?
Well, I'm glad you asked on this rainy day, and I never took my rain hat off. Sorry about that. Anyway, first I wanted to demonstrate how students could impress their parents with large words. So, to re-engage them, I acted this out, and I wanted them to do this at home. Here's what I said. I said, well, the first thing you need to do is go to your mother and father and talk in a very important voice like this. And say something like, "Oh, dearest mother, do you know what a declarative sentence is?" And of course they would say, what? And you would say, "Oh, mother dear, a declarative sentence is a statement, of course." And then I told them, just walk away and see what your parents do. And so then I did kind of the same voice with the interrogative sentences, and I knew the kids were paying attention because they were laughing and they wanted to try this at home with their parents. And so then my second idea came to me, and it came from actually Whose Line Is It Anyway? It just kind of popped in my head. And I thought we'd have an interrogative sentence off. So I picked one of my Whittier students, and I challenged them. And basically, one person would have to say a question or an interrogative sentence. The other person would have to respond in an interrogative sentence. And you go back and forth. You can never answer the other person's question or interrogative sentence. And so we did that, and that was a lot of fun. Kids were laughing, and then we each paired up and tried it. And so they really understood what an interrogative, that big fancy word, meant. Well, Mr. Anderson, you seem pretty random. And how do you know the kids actually learned anything from this? Well, I guess I am pretty random. But how do I know that they learned anything? Well, they had an assignment the next day. It's a worksheet where they had to identify the different sentences and then complete different sentences. And I would say about 95% passed, no problem. I mean, when I say pass, I mean like, a B or better. So the proof's in the pudding. The proof's in the pudding. Pudding.